Alright, so we're going to be talking about how to spot a narcissist. It's a spontaneous as fuck, so let's get into it. How do you spot a narcissist? Well, it depends on the type of narcissist you're looking at. First of all, there's different types of narcissists. Okay, we've got the humanitarian narcissist. Let's have a look at that one. That was the communal narcissist. That's one you can spot clear as day. They're the ones that go and save the puppies, or they go out and feed the homeless, or they go out and save kids from Africa, and they're the ones that blast it all over social media. Those are the communal narcissists. They appear as the humanitarian, and they like to appear as good, but they feed off the validation that they get by being perceived as a good person. But when they go home, they're probably a dick to their family or to their co-workers and treat them like utter shit, or don't really respect the kids or care about them in any way. But they've worked out that if they fake empathy and they try to be a good person, perceived as a good person, they get so much more validation. And I think we all know those type of people that like to act, that like to go to the galas, that like to go to the functions. That's the type of narcissist that you would see. But then you're like, Jasmine, what about when it comes to dating? That's a different story, okay? Most likely the narcissist will try to talk to you, likes to get to know you. They are very charismatic. They're very confident. You just have to be drawn to them, really. And you just feel like, whoa, I just feel like I've met my person. They listen to me. And they're just really good listeners, when really they're not really good listeners. They're just letting you talk so that they can talk over you. They also love to talk about themselves. Anything and everything about themselves they love. But there are different types of narcissists. So you've got to be aware it's not a one-size-fits-all genre, because everyone's different. But what you need to know at the start is definitely the love bombing when it comes to dating. That is the telltale sign, okay? When someone turns around and says, and you've known them for about 2 weeks, oh my God, you're the love of my life. I've never met anyone like you. I see us getting married in the future, and you've only known each other for like fucking 2 weeks. You go into dating usually, if you meet a healthy person, they're doing their own thing. You're doing your thing. It's healthy, right? But you would see that as boring because you're not getting much validation from the healthy person. Yeah, they'll give you some validation and all that, but they seem quite boring when it comes to the narcissist, because the narcissist just goes full on attack with validation and love and just admiration of you and just thinks you're the bee's knees and stuff. And then they start pulling themselves up like, well, I'm such a good guy, I do all this, I save the puppies, I do all this. You know what I mean? So they're that type of guy. Or girl, put it as you want. Basically, if you are dating a narcissist, you can tell. You can tell from the love bombing, just the way that you feel. If you feel like you have like, whoa, we just have this strong connection, right? Yeah, it's a red flag. If they're just love bombing you, they're buying you gifts, they're doing all this shit, you're like, Jasmine, well, can no one give me a gift? Well, people can give you gifts and stuff, but you need to be like, okay, if I let them down and be like, I don't think we should talk this month much, are they going to have a hissy fit? Or will they respect my boundaries? If they react like angrily and they get upset with you, then that's a telltale sign that you're dealing with a narcissist. And that's someone that you need to watch out for. Okay? Hey, cat. This is my kitty cat. Pay attention to their past. Like, my ex used to lie about anything and everything. And I always thought like his past never matched up. Like he would tell me all these extravagant stories of how his exes like fucked them over in the past. But they'll never make sense. They'll always try to play the victim. So in their past relationships, what they'll do is they'll play the victim. They'll say that they're hard done by. So in dating, that's how you can kind of tell. But they'll say all their relationships they were hard done by. And it's like, well, why do all your relationships end the same? Like, what are you doing wrong in the relationship that's contributing that? Like, if you have 1 or 2 exes that were just absolutely terrible, that's fine. But the rest of them, you're like, oh, yeah, no, they're all right. That's, like, normal. But if it's a continuous pattern of all my exes are crazy, red flag, just walk the fuck away. Walk the fuck away. This is Steiny, by the way. He's a lovely cat. We love Steiny. They're the most confident person in the room. Not all of them. There are a narcissist that isn't confident, and that's the vulnerable narcissist. Now, who would be attracted to someone who's so vulnerable? Well, people that like to help. People who want to be perceived as a hero, that like helping people. The vulnerable narcissist is the one you got to watch out for the people who like to help others. The vulnerable narcissist will play, oh, no one appreciates me. No one sees my value. No one sees how much potential I have. I have it so hard. I've had a hard life. I grew up in a troubled neighborhood. It's just been so hard for me. Da da da. Usually someone with a hero complex will just try and change them and try to make that narcissist feel better, and they're attracted to try and fix them, basically. You cannot fix a narcissist, especially a vulnerable narcissist. They like to play the victim. They have the victim mentality that's always, poor me, this and that happened, I deserve so much more, but no one sees my potential, and they're quite entitled little shits. It's like dealing with toddlers. Honestly, that is what I think is the problem, is that really narcissists are just adult toddlers that just haven't grown up. They're like the Peter Pan that will never grow up, in an adult body acting so insecure and immature. But yeah, that's how you can spot a narcissist. Also, if you're in a relationship with the narcissist, and how to spot one. If you are constantly feeling like you're walking on eggshells, get the fuck out of Dodge. It's the manipulation strategies. You know, I want you to look up manipulation strategies. If they're like been talking to the exes, that's one thing. If they turn around and says, oh, I like to keep in contact with my ex, or if they say, oh, my ex is crazy, da-da-da-da, like, I don't know, I always think it's weird when, like, people just keep their exes and, like, always have a large group of friends, you know what I mean? But it's, like, superficial friends. They don't really have close friends, you know what I mean? They have a large group of people that they are around, but they're not real friends. You'll never see a narcissist have, like, a really close friend. So that's one thing to look out for, too. And you should pay attention to that. And they also will lie to their friends. So if you catch them lying to their friends, that's also one. And also the manipulation tactics of like gaslighting, lying, love bombing, the whole shebang. The whole shebang. Okay, I reckon. But yeah, I'm going to keep it there just because today was kind of a spontaneous just video. So I just talked out of my ass in that one. But yeah, no, I think I basically talked about it all. I mean, I've already talked about the manipulation and the controlling that a narcissist will do in a relationship. But how to spot one? Well, if they have a bad reputation, or if they always say bad things about the ex, telltale sign to run. Run, man. Run. That is the video of today. Thank you, and please like, subscribe, comment. And yeah, please let me know what you think.